Welcome to this explainer. Let's just cut right to the chase today. Your SEO tools are lying to you because search volume and difficulty don't matter if the keyword psychology is wrong. Honestly, all those massive numbers you've been obsessing over, they might actually be tanking your ability to generate real sales.
We really need to embrace a massive paradigm shift here. Stop chasing search volume and start chasing revenue. If your keywords aren't bringing in phone calls, they are just ego keywords. I absolutely love this mindset. It's the entire core of our analysis today. We're ditching the vanity metrics and zeroing in entirely on what actually pays the bills. If a search term doesn't eventually make the phone ring, we've got to seriously question why we're spending time on it. Think about it like this. I'd rather have 10 visitors ready to buy than 10,000 visitors who are just curious. 10 people, credit cards literally in hand, desperately needing a fix right now, that is infinitely more valuable to a business than a whole stadium full of window shoppers. It's the exact difference between a failing business with amazing traffic and a wildly thriving business with modest traffic.
So let's jump straight into Section 1, the search volume trap, and exactly why those metrics mislead you.
If you plug the exact same keyword into SEMrush, Ahrefs, and Ubersuggest, you're often going to get completely different data, sometimes wildly different. So what does that actually tell us? It proves that building your entire strategy purely on search volume is basically an illusion. You're chasing ghosts. These tools are helpful guides for sure, but they definitely don't measure the actual human intent behind the keyboard.
Moving right along to Section 2, what is keyword psychology? The human behind the search.
The source material brilliantly breaks human intent into 4 distinct buckets. First up, pain-based. This person is in distress, they need a fix right now. Second, desire-based. They're looking for an upgrade or the absolute best outcome. Third is curiosity-based, where they just want to learn something new. And finally, ego-based. This is where the searcher, or honestly, often the business owner, just wants to rank for a massive term to feel important. These 4 categories dictate the whole shebang of whether a user will actually pull out their wallet.
So to put a formal definition on it, keyword psychology is the analysis of an audience's specific pain points, desires, and readiness to buy behind their search queries. Real keyword research isn't just mindlessly exporting giant spreadsheets and sorting by volume. No way. It's about deeply understanding the real-world problem your page is going to solve for the actual human being typing in that search bar.
Section 3. The ego keyword illusion. High traffic, zero revenue.
Take broad terms like what is SEO, SEO basics, wedding planning ideas, or how to start a business. These are your classic ego keywords. Millions of people search for them. Rank for these and your Google Search Console will look incredible, just flooded with impressions. But here is the fatal flaw. They completely fail to convert into paying leads. Someone searching how to start a business is just brainstorming. They aren't ready to hire an expensive consultant today.
Which brings us to Section 4. Winning with pain keywords. Targeting the urgent buyer.
There's a massive psychological gap between curiosity and pain. On the curiosity side, you have things like what is SEO, wedding planning ideas, digital marketing trends 2026, and SEO basics. But then look at the pain and money side. Hire an SEO expert in NYC, emergency locksmith near me, emergency plumbing repair 24/7. Best Shopify SEO agency for startups. See the difference? An emergency customer isn't looking for a blog post. They are ready to pay, and if you aren't ranking for their specific pain, you're losing money. It's really that simple.
Let's walk through the actual urgency here. Step 1, the problem. A homeowner wakes up at 2 a.m. to a broken pipe completely flooding their kitchen. They are panicking. Step 2, the search. They grab their phone, and they absolutely do not search for how pipes work. They type emergency plumbing repair 24/7. Step 3, the action. They tap the first trustworthy result and immediately hit call. They'll pay whatever it takes. That is exactly how pain keywords capture immediate revenue.
All right, Section 5, the zero search volume secret, the ultimate competitive advantage.
There is a stark contrast in conversion rates here. Those massive ego keywords bring huge traffic, but the conversion rate is a tiny sliver. But specific long-tail keywords, the search volume might look tiny, sometimes even registering as a literal 0 in standard tools, but the conversion rate is absolutely massive. I cannot emphasize this enough. This is why zero search volume keywords are your secret weapon. They bring in highly qualified, eager-to-buy leads that the big software tools completely ignore.
The source puts it perfectly. To beat giant corporations, stop targeting broad terms and start winning with specific long-tail keywords that solve local problems. You use hyper-specific phrases like affordable wedding planner in New Jersey, hire freelance content writer in Austin, full-service wedding planning packages California, hire specialized e-commerce SEO agency, or local SEO services for small businesses. That is exactly how local agencies completely bypass corporate giants. You stop fighting a war you can't win and start dominating a niche where you are the perfect solution.
Finally, Section 6. Build your new SEO plan, from theory to client success.
First, a quick reality check on the economics. If a client pays you a $200 retainer for SEO work, it is your absolute responsibility to use these money keywords to return at least $1,000 in actual business. You cannot pay rent with website impressions, right? You have to deliver a real return on investment, and that only happens when you target the intent to buy.
So here is the specific step-by-step blueprint straight from the source. 1. Prioritize 20 exact service-based pain keywords. 2. Build dedicated pages that directly solve those specific problems. 3. Ignore broad ego keywords entirely when you're starting out. And 4. Guide that highly qualified traffic to a call to action within the first 30 seconds. This blueprint literally transforms a vanity-obsessed agency into a ruthless, efficient conversion machine. I want to leave you with one final provocative question to challenge everything we've covered today. Are you building a business on traffic, or are you building a business on revenue? Because as we've seen, they are absolutely not the same thing. Stop chasing vanity numbers, start digging into the human psychology behind the search, and watch what happens to your bottom line. Thanks for hanging out with me for this explainer. Now go out there and find those urgent buyers.